I was one of the members of the team when we built our first car at University of Edinburgh, and I started working on the telemetry side of things, so gathering data about the car, about the engine, and then displaying that back to the driver, and also sending that wirelessly back to the pits. Very important for a race car to make sure you understand everything going on, and especially for a student car that can break sometimes, and it's very important to know if something's going wrong with the car, and also then for learning more about later on for next year. Well, the main problems we've all had have been with the engine side of things. So there's a lot of electronics that actually goes on with the engines, even if it's just internal combustion. There's a lot in terms of controlling the spark plugs, the injectors, and then also there's a lot of sensors that come back, and there's a big feedback loop involved in that. So it's been very difficult to try and learn about that. It's quite a closed-off community. Things like tuning are quite a specialist skill. So to try and learn that has been quite difficult. But we've gotten to the stage now where we can start to get our teeth dug in. We now have an engine which starts. The difficulty really is getting it started in the first place. Then you can start to learn exactly how to tune it correctly. Well, last year we really struggled to get the engine running. It come to the end of exams, and I had to completely redo all the wiring for the car to try and find the problem. I was working at the time at Analog Devices, and as soon as I'd finished work, I'd then go back to university and work till midnight every night, trying to get that working, and eventually we got the engine started. We were in this very small room, very echoey room, with no muffler, and so it was very exciting, if a bit deafening, when it all started up and kicked into life. The space we got from the university for the former student space, we were looking to expand that space. But as part of that, we wanted to make sure that other people who maybe weren't as interested in cars could get involved in other projects as well. So what we did is we took over one of the old lab spaces and we set up a makerspace, which was then run by students for students. So we set up things like 3D printers, we've got some high-end workstations, and we've got sort of our own software. We can get a lot better software than maybe the university can, because we're a much smaller group of people, and that's really supported a lot of people in doing small projects. Like there's a Mars rover team now as well, and sort of other small projects as well. Well, there's a Vision Engineering Fund, which is set up through the university, and that's where alumni of the university can then supply funds, which the university can then grant to different projects like ours. And it's really, the alumni have been really helpful and supportive in making sure that students get practical projects under their belt. The attitude towards it, particularly in schools, is that it's really an extension of science. But it's not just that. It's not just an extension and application. It's creative as well, and the problem-solving side is the main chunk of it. To get people excited about it, you need to get people realizing that the things they already enjoy are possible because of engineering.